Pika, Pika!
We will come to your earth and steal all your silverware.
Implore.
I'm gonna implore you guys.
In a world where two ordinary gamers team up to fight the forces of boredom, this is their podcast, and this is their story.
Can't keep doing this, Rick.
We need a vacation, Morty. We need to get it together, Morty. I don't know what happened, Morty. So what's up, everybody? I'm Hodder.
I'm Caz.
And welcome to episode 6 of Two Guys in a Game.
What up?
First episode of the new year, Morty. Are you excited?
Time to get swifty.
So so I think we need to before we go further. If at any time, who's Rick and who's Morty between the two of us? Because I feel like we need to because I'll be Morty, but I feel like you do a better Morty than me.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, we can both be Mortys if we want. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. That doesn't seem like something Rick would like. Rick doesn't like it when Mortys conspire together.
I don't really care.
Shut up, Morty.
Mortys have no control over the Citadel, Morty.
Oh, jeez.
Mortys have no control over this podcast.
Rick, are you drunk again? I swear to God, Rick. If you did... no, is that a neutrino bomb? Get away from the neutrino bomb, Rick. Oh, here he goes again.
Oh, he says something anti. I can't remember the line, Morty. Oh God!
Come on, Morty. You just gotta let me arm the neutrino bomb. No, Rick. No. How many of these did I make? Too many, Rick. Too many. Okay.
Does he always do this? Cough. So anyway, we hope that you guys had a wonderful holiday season and New Year's Eve. This, of course, is the special Wednesday edition of Two Guys in a Game. As usually, we do Tuesdays. But we figured, you know what? We wanted to get an episode out to you guys sooner. And due to the fact that yesterday was literally the January 1st, as we record this, there was no way in how we were getting a podcast out that day.
No.
But we've made it happen today, and we're very excited.
Yeah, we
Very
are.
excited. How was your holiday season, guys?
It was really stupid. I had to work.
So did I, the whole time.
But the upsides were like Christmas gifts and stuff. So, because that's what Christmas is all about. It's about presents. I thought it was about Christmas spirit or something. No, Morty, it's bullshit. It's all about presents.
It's all about presents, Morty. That's all it's ever been about. God. Isn't it about giving, Rick? Yeah, giving presents to me.
Yeah. It's about giving a shit, Morty. And I don't.
I feel like this is going to be a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Whatever. We'll see how it goes. We're playing it by ear today.
Yeah.
But so just kind of diving into it head first here. I know for a fact that you had a very good Christmas because of something that you got. Because you talked about it on our last episode, which we talked about stuff that we wanted for Christmas and games we wanted for Christmas. And real quick, I would like to say something real quick. For those of you who were a little confused, in the podcast a couple times we talked about our intro, how we as you heard in the intro, Family Guy, blah, blah, blah. Basically, long story short, we put something up in our intro that had Family Guy content, and it was flagged, and we had to pull it down. But anyway, won't make that mistake again. Take it away, Caz.
With what? What am I taking away? What do you want me to take away?
Take away
these away?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, you can take the glasses away. I don't need them. Anyway.
Yeah, no. So I got my Nintendo Switch.
Yay.
And it's my boo.
It's my boo.
I love it. It's the first thing I pick up in the morning, and it's the last thing I put down when I go to bed at night. I am addicted to it.
You are pretty addicted to it already.
Yeah.
Literally, before we started this podcast, he came in and sat down, and he pulled out his Switch, and he was playing a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what all did you get with it? What are the games you have with it?
I got Super Mario Odyssey.
He's currently clutching it.
And I got Breath of the Wild. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not to be confused with that other game, Breath of the Wild, where that guy goes out into the wild and takes a breath.
Wow. It's really clear out here, Morty.
Wow, it's the wild. Oh. And then I got a game that I'm definitely going to talk about today. I'm going to get into it and totally promote this game, because if you're not playing it, you should be. It's called Stardew Valley. It is
Stardew Valley?
Yeah, Stardew
as in
Valley.
D-E-W?
Yeah, star as in Mario Star, Dew as in Mountain Dew, and Valley as in Gerudo Valley. So it's amazing. It's a little 8-bit RPG farming simulator. It's just it's an everything game. You can do anything in this game, and it's a feel-good game. and it's addicting. So if you have an addictive personality, you should definitely play. I mean, not play the. No, definitely play it.
Definitely play it.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, Zach. Shut up, Morty.
You just told Morty to shut up.
Shut up.
It's a classic.
Okay.
That's my job, Zach. Damn it, Caz. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I call my Rick says, "Oh, jeez," all the time.
Oh, jeez, Morty.
Oh, jeez, Morty.
And yeah, so yeah, that's I will talk about Stardew a little bit more, but yeah. So how about you? What'd you get for Christmas?
So I had a good Christmas. It was quiet but good. Aside from some small cool things that it doesn't really have, I got nothing to do with gaming. Let me just throw that out there. Actually, that is not correct.
Boo!
I did get
disqualified.
Disqualified. I did happen to receive a one of those the PlayStation Network cards.
Did you buy anything with it?
No, but it's for like the PlayStation Plush.
Oh, okay.
Plushie. I don't know what just happened.
PlayStation Plushie.
Yes. PlayStation Plushie. Sorry, new tongue. So I can like become a PlayStation Plush member whenever I want,
okay.
even though I already technically am one.
So you just get to become one again? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is cool. Like it has its perks, like playing online. Aside from that, I got a couple cool podcast things. One of which is actually a brand new microphone, which you guys will hear soon. You're not hearing it right now because
it's under construction right now.
Yes, I just got to figure out how to set it up because it's a very different mic from what I'm used to using. And also, I'm looking at it right now. I did happen to get a Rick Pop Morty. It's really cool, and it looks just like Rick Sanchez, and he's holding a drink and he's got some stuff coming out of his mouth. Morty, it's pretty exciting. My Rick got worse as I started doing it, but yeah. So
he's drunk again.
What are you talking about, Morty?
Why do you keep doing this to us?
But yeah, aside from that, I got some other cool stuff, but nothing really worth going into here on the podcast on Two Guys at a Game. But something that I do want to touch on real quick. Excuse me. I know that I've talked about this before, but as we talk about every single week here on Two Guys in a Game, at least when we do the podcast, as we take a couple weeks off, we talk about what we were playing this week.
Yep.
And just to start off this here, aside from playing the living shit out of Breath of the Wild, which is pretty much all I've been playing.
Yeah. Which we're also going to discuss about.
Yes.
Because TJ's got a lot of questions for me, I bet. He's probably like, oh, I hate this. No, I
Just
can't
dive
climb up
into it,
mountains.
No, see,
and
here's
I
the
had
thing.
to pull out the Master Sword
no.
because, Master Sword.
See, here's the thing, though. I'm going to break your balls for a second because this guy over here told me, and I quote, do not get any heart containers.
Yes.
You do not need them.
That's true. You don't need them.
And then, so I follow his advice, and for the first 4 upgrades I get, I up just my stamina. And then I found out to get the Master Sword, which you don't need per se, but
You don't need the Master Sword.
Hell, I've had it for like barely a couple hours, and it's already the best thing that's ever happened to me in this game. I love it. It's so great. And then I find out I need 13 hearts to get the friggin' Master Sword. And I'm like, and you're like, yeah,
because
obviously.
you don't need the Master Sword, though.
But like, it makes the game so much more enjoyable right off
No,
the
it
bat.
doesn't. It doesn't
But
do
does.
anything to the game.
You have the sword where you can.
All it adds is
throw
a
beams at
factor
people.
that you have, that it's a sword that's been in every Zelda game since Zelda started. That's the only factor it is.
It's called
there for novelty.
It's called nostalgia, Morty. Look it up.
It's called pointlessness. They could have done the game without the Master Sword. I mean, I don't think it would have been smart, but they could have done it without it.
No. But the fact of the matter is that it is a weapon that is iconic in the Zelda series. It is a weapon that is very useful.
Yeah, but it
and
takes
doesn't
away
break.
from the rest of it. Then you're not going to use any other weapons.
See, but like I still have, but it only does 30 damage compared to like other weapons that do like
but
40
if you
or
got
50.
the Trials of the Master Sword, you could upgrade that baby right up to 60.
See, then at that point it would make no sense because then it's just overpowered.
No, then you don't need any other swords. But
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
I may have misspoke saying it was overpowered, but that's kind of what.
yeah,
I'm
but it's
saying.
impossible. Like it's almost impossible to upgrade it though. The Trials of the Master Sword aren't easy. They're hard, man.
Well, I would assume there's whole Trials of the Master Sword.
Yeah, like I'm on the last one. I can't get past the last one. Like I have been stuck on the last one since that came out. Like I always end up just doing something stupid and dying because you don't get to bring any of your stuff with you when
Really?
you do the trials. Yeah.
Well, that's friggin' weird.
No, man. It's like you have to start off from square one and beat all these trials. Like that's why they're called the Trials of the Master Sword.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just one thing I did too is I have all the memories.
You got all of them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See, I haven't freed any beasts yet, and I just
Don't
unlock
you
all
love
the
that little
memories.
like when you find a memory and Link's just like the music starts playing? It's like dun 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 dun, and then it just picks up and he's all like, "I remember," and it cuts back and Zelda's all like, "Hey, look at this! This is a flower. It's called the Silent Princess, Link." And Link's all like, "Huh?" And she bends over and you're like, Link's totally checking her butt, and he's like, "Ah." And it's like, Link, you're her knight, dude. You're supposed to not do that. And Link's just like, "Nah."
The fact that right away, I can't even get this out because it pissed me off so much. The second I turned on the game, right, and I realized that there was voiceover, I got really excited. And then I heard Zelda's voice, and I went,
Zelda's not British.
Wait a minute. Why is Zelda British and her dad isn't? Her dad sounds like a rugged old like Texan dude, and she sounds British.
Well, howdy there, partner Link. I'm going to give you this paraglider, but after I tell you a really boring story about the origins of Hyrule. Over 100 years ago, we put you in a tomb, and now you're just like Jesus, rising from the tomb. Except instead of 3 days, it's 100. Am I allowed to make churchy references on here?
Of course, I don't care.
Oh, okay. Biblical references? No, yeah.
No, flag disqualified.
Boo, there's one every season.
This blows up. This podcast has been destroyed.
Yeah, no. Okay. So tell me some of your, since we're going to discuss about, like, we'll talk about Breath of the Wild, and we'll talk about Stardew, and then we'll just talk about what games we want to,
but
that are
basically
coming
today,
out this year.
we're going to talk about some
Start
games
off the
that
new
we'll
year with some bullshit,
Yes.
That's how we do it here.
That's how we do it here on Two Guys in a
Tiny
Game.
Rick! Ha-ha! Hunting vampires with my grandkids! I'm Tiny Rick! Okay, yeah, no. So yeah, tell me some of your negative feedback from this game, and then I'm gonna totally crush it out by telling you the positives and everything that's
For
negative.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, so things that you don't like about it.
And here's the thing is, overall, from so far into the game, I am absolutely loving it.
Okay.
And I don't really have anything negative to say, really.
Okay.
Like,
But you don't have any like, oh, I wish this wasn't in the game kind of thing, or like this is annoying. This is just gets on my nerves too much. Like I saw when you sent me the Snapchat yesterday of you like pulling out the Master Sword. I was gonna send back like you're a dumbass for getting all those hearts, and like I don't know how you did that, but you're a dumbass. Like that's what I was gonna say.
So why am I a dumbass?
Because you shouldn't do the Master Sword. You just need to get your stamina up first.
I did.
Is it full?
No, but I don't need it to be.
You do.
There is not.
Have you gotten to the shrines on the top of those mountains?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
No problem. I put on.
Well,
the
I mean, if
climbing
you
gear
know
and
how to
I
do
climb up the
potions
thing.
and stuff, like if you know how to do the
it's the
stamina
same.
potions, you
Okay, what you said to me, and I quote, "I don't need to get all the heart containers because I will make food that will up my hearts." Fair point.
Yes.
Very fair point. On the flip side, I do the exact same thing with stamina.
Okay.
And also, when I discovered that at one of the stables, which I'm drawing a blank on which one it was, you can get that crusty bun thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's definitely not a crusty bun.
No.
I'm pretty sure he just sticks his dick in him. What? Anyway.
Restricted. This podcast is restricted.
Disqualified.
Rated R for restriction.
Yeah, I just said dick on Two Guys in a
Show
Game.
us what you've got. No, just
Literally.
joking. Yeah.
And then he tells him to close his eyes and open his mouth. And I'm like, whoa, what is happening right now? My mind is blown.
You want some of my nice crusty bun there, Jesse?
It's soft in the middle. You should work on your Herbert because it's already pretty good.
I can't. Herbert. The only way you can do Herbert properly is if you can do the whistle with because he has a little like whistle in his voice. He's all like, Like, yeah, I can't do it. Like Mike Henry, like his voices, I can't.
He's an amazing voice
He's so
actor,
good, and
yeah.
he's so underrated on that show. But he does like all these unique voices that you just don't think about or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like all the little side voice actors on Family Guy. There's just like the ones that are just like totally like what's the best example? You know the one with New Brian in it, like the man with two Brians. That episode. Where he gets the new Brian,
yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah. So you know, new Brian, how his voice is all like, "Hey, how's it going?" and everything, and like, I love that guy because he's just always a side character. So whenever they give him a role, like he's always just like in the cutaways where it's just like, Hey, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, and I do this, except we go to church on Saturdays. What? You know, like that. But like, he's just so good. Like, even when he's like the man of like with the two Brians, like I love that episode just because it's just like, yeah, I humped Rupert real good last night. He was just sitting there taking it. Excuse me? What did you just say? And then Sue's just trying. No, I love that voice actor. But yeah, they do. Anyways, going off topic. So yeah, back to Breath of the Wild. Is there anything like noticeable? Like, is there any questions that you have that you want me to answer here? Because, or you kind of got the hang of it. Did you find the Great Fairy Fountains?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I found a couple already.
Okay. There's 4 in total.
Yeah, I already found 3.
Okay, so the 4th one you won't find until much later.
See, the thing is, like, what was the first free beast? What was the first divine beast that you like freed?
The first one I did was kind of by accident. I went and did the lava one.
Okay, because that was one I was going to start with.
You don't have. You can do them in any order, but I think the order you're supposed to do it in is the flying one. You're supposed to do the Rito one, the elephant. So you do the bird, the elephant, the lizard, and then the desert, the camel. That's, I think, the order they were trying to. You don't have to do it in any order, but that's just kind of the order because of the way the weapons are, like their levels. That's how it kind of feels.
So
but I definitely recommend going and doing the Rito Village one first because you will love, because you get a special power every time you beat one of them. They give you their ability, like the champions. They give you their special ability, and the Rito one is like the best ability. You will like be like, this makes the game so much easier to play.
Is it the updraft thing or whatever?
Yeah,
I already
got
it.
Yeah.
Not instant updraft, but yeah, I already got. Because I have to do like the trial thing with him where he like teaches you how to use it or whatever.
Yeah, so then once you beat that, his name's Navali or whatever, or Diwali, or he gives you that ability. He gives you his, like, you can create your own updraft. So you just like hold the button down, and then an updraft just comes out of the ground, and you just fly anywhere.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's on, like, all of them are great. Like, all the abilities are awesome. Like, when you beat the water one, you get, if you die, you get instant resurrection. And then if you do the fire one, you get overshield.
Like I was gonna say, isn't it resistance against?
Yeah, it's like an overshield. So basically, it creates this, like, when you hold out your shield, it creates like this orb around you, and if something hits you, it just like blocks it, and you get 3 every time until it recharges. And then with the desert, you get, every time you charge up your spin attack, it summons a lightning storm around you.
That's
so
pretty
you basically
sick.
Become a superhero, essentially. You get all these superpowers.
That's sick, because I get the feeling that I'm a superhero when I'm like this. Like the most satisfying thing of the whole game for me is the fact that I'm up on this big cliff. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking down going, man, if only I could get down to the bottom of this cliff quicker. Oh, wait, I can. Okay, guys, so we're going to take a quick second to give a much-needed shout-out to our good friend, Mr. Jason Reese from Jaybird Digital Arts. Whether you guys need t-shirts, logos, business cards, phone manipulation, custom art, anything like that, Jason is your guy.
You've seen our logo. You've seen how awesome it is. Hit him up today by going to www.jaybirddigitalarts.com. That is JAYBIRD digitalarts.com. Go there right now.
Right now, guys. Just pause the podcast.
Jaybird Digital Arts.
Digital Arts.
Have you gotten to the point in the game where you're a guardian hunter now? Do you go up to Hyrule Castle and just fuck around with the guardians?
Yes, I so do. I used to because my first encounter with a guardian,
it's freaking terrifying.
I came off the Great Plateau.
Yeah,
and I had my 3 hearts or whatever.
And you're like, I'm a hero. I'm king in here. And then all of a sudden you just see a laser come out of nowhere. And you're just like, uh-oh. And
the first one I encountered was a walker one.
Oh, shit.
It wasn't like
what about
one
the one that was in like the ground? You must have encountered that one on the Great Plateau. You didn't even encounter
those? Yes. No,
because you have
right.
to encounter one of them on there.
Okay, you're right. You couldn't know, but the first real guardian.
That one terrified me. The one that was in the ground, when that came on, I was like, this is too early in the game.
Because you can't kill it.
You can't do anything to it. It takes forever. You need like good weapons, you know?
And my first encounter though with one of the walking ones, oh dude. Like I come up and I see it chilling. And I was like, oh, it's a guardian. And I was like, okay, I got 4 hearts and I got full stamina.
I'm king in here.
And I had I found
Sorry,
a
just keep making that reference because it's fun.
and I found a I can't remember what weapon it was, but it did like 30 damage.
Okay.
So I was like, I can take this thing.
No.
So I start walking towards it. It goes, turns its head at me. Music starts.
Just stomping towards you.
And it's just like, and I was like, I've made a terrible mistake.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, it wasn't that quick. I put up a bit of a fight.
Oh, okay.
Because he started doing his little sighting thing on me, and I hit it in the eye with an
if
arrow.
you just climb up on top of him, you can just... You see, he tries to find you.
Yeah, he can.
And he can. And
Yeah, I did that-
eventually,
I did that
there's
last
like they programmed the game in a smart way though, and I don't know how it logically works. But if you smack him too many times on the head with your sword, he just shoots the laser up at you directly, and you fly off. I just
goes,
my second profile I made on Breath of the Wild, it was literally just to become a guardian killer. Like I just went full guardian equipment, like all of it, because the guardian bow is amazing. Like it's so good. Or that. Yeah, it's what's called,
I have the ancient short sword, but I don't have the.
yeah, you have to go. Have you found the guy who makes it for you? Like with the little robot? You just have to put it in.
of course.
Yeah, literally don't do any other bows. You need no other bows. You just want those bows. Like seriously.
That's my next thing.
Have you fought a Lionel yet?
Yes, I ran into one, and it was a hard fight.
Dude, the
I
first
ran into the
Lionel
one
you
at the
fight in that
Coliseum.
game, you're just like, I died like 3 times just fighting, but I'm like, I was determined to beat this Lionel. And then after I beat it the first time, every other Lionel was just like a joke after that.
Once you figure out their patterns, well, what tripped me out about it is I'm fighting it because I was in the Coliseum, the ruined Coliseum.
Yeah.
I'm up on top, and I saw a Sphinx sitting there, and I'm like,
It's a horse. I'm
it's
going to
a
go ride a
horse.
horse.
Well, actually, no. Fun story. The first one I ran into was actually in Hyrule Castle.
You went to Hyrule Castle?
Yes. Let me explain. I made the decision to go to Hyrule Castle for 2 reasons. Number one, I was like, okay, I know I'm definitely going to die. Because at this point, I had like 5 hearts.
And it's like surrounded by guardians.
And I hadn't killed a guardian yet.
Yeah.
Even once. So I went, but I was doing the side quest for the royal gear.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I bet you I'll find one pretty quick. And I did a little bit of reading up, and I realized that the enemies inside the castle are like the Lizalfo dudes and like moblins.
Yep.
And they have really strong weapons, but I'm like, okay, these are enemies I kill all the time.
Yeah.
So I went, so long as I can get into the castle, I think I'll be okay.
Oh, I have
And
a question. I have a
was.
question. Did you get the Highland Shield?
Not yet.
Okay.
I missed it on that run. I since have been back a couple times to try and find it.
That shield is so much fun.
Yeah, I know it's
for
in the
surfing
dungeon.
on. Shield surfing? Yeah.
Because I know it's in like the dungeon or whatever.
It's in the bottom, yeah. You have to go into the bottom and fight like this, the ogre
Yeah,
things, but
the
it's
big
like a
dudes.
skeletal ogre, I think. Yeah. It's pretty easy. You could instantly beat it.
I feel like now I could probably go to Hyrule Castle and do all right. 'Cause
Nah,
now-
I don't know. I don't think you have enough stamina to do it. You wasted all those
yeah.
spirit orbs
Yeah.
on.
Well, not to mention,
useless hearts.
I have another 80 shrines to do still.
How many shrines have you done?
Enough. I don't actually have 80 left. I probably have more like 30 or 40 left.
There's 120 shrines in total.
I've probably done like 60 or 70.
Okay, yeah.
I would say.
On my
I have
one
enough
file,
to get
I
it.
have completed all the shrines.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
except
that's
for
my
the
next
DLC
thing.
shrines, which I have to go do.
That's my next thing I'm working on is getting all the shrines, and then I'm gonna. But I want to start playing the actual game though, because like I've basically all I've been doing.
Dude, you are
is-
playing the game. The game is just supposed to be whatever, man.
Well, and that's what's cool about it is the fact that like you're starting off going, okay, you can go anywhere you want, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it's just really exciting because for the most part in Zelda games, like you're always kind of not pigeonholed, but like
You're always guided into the next area, and it's always like, oh, they've always been trying to make it like feel like this big great world, but it was never explored until now. They finally give you that opportunity to like they give you the great big world and they give you purpose to explore it. Like those Korok seeds are the best thing they've done in that
Yeah.
game. And they're pointless. Not pointless, but they're pointless to have 900 seeds in the game to find.
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because and the guidebook came out and like it shows you where all of them are. I'm like, okay, no, I wouldn't even do it if I had the guidebook. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm good with like finding maybe 400 seeds and then calling it.
I have a couple hundred, and I already upgraded everything as much as I need to. I feel like,
Yeah.
like I have almost a full page of weapons. I'm gonna get a couple more.
Yeah.
But once
you don't
have a
even
full
need like
page-
to upgrade your shields.
No.
If like just do guardian shields, it's all you need because
No, I
guardian
have.
shields just deflect guardian beams right back at them, right? So it's the
Well,
easiest
if you
way to
parry them.
Huh? No. You just hold it and it bounces right back at them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you didn't know that? You don't have to parry them.
Here I am trying to parry them. I keep dying.
Just hold it in front of them. You can literally kill those the stationary guardians. They literally just kill themselves instantaneously with one beam. And the walking guardians, I think it takes like 3 beams to kill them. That would just save you. That's why I'm saying all guardian weapons. It's all you need.
Yeah, I've basically realized that. That's all I need. I'm just going to have a bunch of guardian weapons and then like maybe like a spear or something. So I like the spears. And then the Master Sword. And that's it. That's all I need.
Yeah. Yep.
And then a bunch of, I have a couple Knight Shields. So I like the Knight Shields.
Oh, did you get that tower, the Sheikah Tower, with all the guardians surrounding it when you're trying to climb up and they're all like, I'm just like, oh god, that was like the worst tower.
That was the one in Central.
That's like the Hyrule.
That was the first guardian I killed was that one.
Oh god.
Because I'm up on like the second level of it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm crouching behind the wall and it can't get me. Its beams aren't killing me. Mm-hmm. So I went, okay, I can't climb this tower. I can't go on the ground because there's guardians on the ground that were looking up at me. I'm like, shit, I'm stuck. So I went, okay, I need to kill this guardian. Mm-hmm. I have no option. Mm-hmm. So I literally just stood there. I had like 50 arrows and I had like 40 bomb arrows and like 30.
Oh, really? Nice.
I had a lot of arrows.
Yeah,
I hadn't used them. Thank God.
Did you know about the slow-mo?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about that until like way late in the game because I didn't realize what it was. And I did it by accident one time because like I found like when I got my horse, I was like, oh, cool. You can jump off your horse. So I did the jumps and I was like just goofing around with it. And then I accidentally hit the gamepad off of a corner or something and it froze. And Link drew the bow and I was like, what the fuck is this? and then I text my friend. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He goes, yeah, you can slow-mo shoot in the air. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, if I had known this, do you know how much fights I could? So my next playthrough, that's all I did. I would just like jump off cliffs and be like, like it makes the game so much easier. I'm just like, and I'm like, I should have clued in because the original trailer they released for Breath of the Wild, that's literally it. Link's riding his horse through the forest, and the Guardian comes out of the forest right in front of him, and it goes all of a sudden. You just go slow motion, jumps off his horse.
Ancient arrow to the eye.
Breath of the Wildy.
Breath of the what? Breath of the wine.
Breathe of the wild.
Breathe of the
willed.
What willed?
Yeah.
Wildy.
So that. Yeah, man.
But yeah, no. Breath of the Wild is.
Yeah, it's top.
I feel like we could probably do an entire podcast just to talk about Breath of the Wild.
We can make this half Breath of the Wild, half Stardew, because I'm gonna get into Stardew, but yeah.
Well,
if that's okay.
Yeah, no, hey.
Do you want to still talk about Breath of the Wild? Is there anything else you want to talk about? I'm still good to talk about it. Like, I like it.
Yeah, I'm like... And
it's nice to have it because now I've waited for this conversation a long time. Because,
I know. We've been wanting to have this conversation. Well, the thing is cool is like the recipes and the... creating different stuff. Like, it's funny because I wasn't really sure what to expect from it. And I love when you make a mistake.
Yeah.
But like, it's fucked because the 1 minute I'll be like, okay, like I discovered all the truffles and everything.
Yeah.
And how you can like now I have like 5 or 6 things that'll give me full recovery and they're like 8 hearts.
Yeah.
So now that I have 13 hearts plus 8 hearts, like nothing can kill me.
Yeah.
And I have the soldier's armor almost fully upgraded. Yeah. So I just like literally stand there.
You shouldn't even. You don't even need the soldier's armor, man. No, what you need to do is beat all the shrines. Okay.
Yeah. I get the monk's blessing.
Good shit. If you beat all.
Which I'm going to do. It's
honestly like the best armor in the game. It looks retarded, and I never wear it, but it's the best armor in the game.
So I want to wear it. I like the way my Link looks.
Huh? Yeah, that's me. Like I wear the champion's tunic. Like that's my Link. My Link is like champion's tunic, Highland trousers, and the hood. Or I'll wear something else. I can't remember. But I just wear his actual outfit from the game. Or since I have the Ocarina of Time amiibo tag, I have Ocarina of Time tunic in the game.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. So, but
I need amiibos.
But it's really annoying to upgrade. Yeah, you should get some amiibos. You can borrow mine, like, to tap them, like, you know.
We should definitely do that.
I've got all of them, so. Well, all of them except for the new ones that just came out, which you don't need, because they're pointless, what they give you. I don't know. I was looking at them the one day. That was the one day where I left Walmart, and I was like, oh, I should have bought those amiibos.
Yeah, I remember I was with you, and you were like, oh, I should have bought those amiibos.
Oh, because they were all there, and it was like, it only costs $80. And you're like, no, Zach, focus. Focus, Morty. There's bigger things in this universe. It's bigger than amiibos. Oh, but geez, Rick, they're right there. No.
Doesn't matter, Morty. Just get it together and focus, Morty. Don't buy an amiibo. Morty, no.
I just need to buy the tags. They're only like $15 if you buy the tags, and that way you don't have to like pay $120 for the amiibo or whatever, you know.
The actual little figurine.
Yeah, like I just have like I bought the Guardian, but I bought that for collecting purposes when they re-released it because I'm like I don't know where it's gonna go because when originally they released the Guardian, it went up to like $150. Now it's back down to $30. So I think they have a good stockpile of them, but I'm just waiting for them to do that with these other amiibos because they don't make enough when they launch them.
They don't.
And they sell right out, and then people get pissed off. Like they did it with. I miss all the 30th anniversary Zelda ones because, or was it 30 or 25? I don't know. I think it's 30. Yeah, it has to be 30. I missed all of them because they didn't make enough. Like I wanted the Ocarina of Time amiibo so bad, and I still want it, but it's like $160 just for that, and I'm like, it's ridiculous.
What's the point?
Yeah, like I'm not going to take it out of the box. It's a collectible. It's Ocarina of Time Link. He's awesome, but it's like, so I'll just buy the tags. Like they're $15. You just get it's a little circle, and I just stuck it on old shot glasses. Like just stick them on the old shot glasses, keep them there. It's my shot glass amiibo. So I've got the Guardian on a shot glass, and I've got Ocarina of Time Link on a shot glass. My friend made them for me. He actually his phone can program these tags, so he just bought the tags and programs them.
Well, that's pretty. Can he program me some tags?
Well, I don't really talk to him anymore.
Yeah, well,
he was my college buddy at the time. He just when we all got Breath of the Wild like at the same time, and so he was programming tags for us for the amiibos we couldn't get, and he really wanted like Ocarina of Time Link, right? Mm-hmm. And I missed the Guardian when it came out. I should have bought it. I'm so stupid, but I was already spending like $200 that day when Breath of the Wild came out. I was like, yeah. I got the game. I went into Walmart, and the copy that you have in your possession, I walked up, and they only had 3 copies in the store. Can you believe that? 3 Wii U copies, because that was the launch of the Switch, right? That day was the launch of the Switch. So the guy was like, "Are you sure you don't want to get the Switch?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want the Switch, but I'm not paying $500 right now, so I can Breath of the Wild and the Switch." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "The Wii U version's gonna play the same anyway." So got the Wii U version.
What an upsell.
And he's just like, yeah, he goes, "We only got 3 copies of it." And I look at him like, "Are you fucking kidding?" He goes, "Well, we think the Switch version is going to sell more." I'm just like, dude, no, it's not. Like, giving you the people will take the budget option for the Zelda game. They've been waiting for 5 years for it, and they promised it on the Wii U, right? So anyways, I get that, and then I look over at the cart, and all the amiibos are set up, and there's only like 2 Zelda amiibos, 2 Link amiibos, and 2 horse riding Link amiibos, and there's a Guardian amiibo. And I'm like, "Is that all you have for the amiibos?" He's like, "Yeah, they didn't ship us a lot." I'm like, sorry, I'm making a gesture that I'm grabbing all of them and pulling them towards me, except for the Guardian, because the Guardian was $5 more, and I'm an idiot, and I should have picked up that Guardian because it's worth $160 now, and I'm a dumbass. But then I would have ripped open the box, and it wouldn't have been worth $160. But anyways, point is, yes, Zelda cost me money.
A lot of money.
But it was worth it.
But here's the thing.
I was addicted to that game.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Did it teach you how to read?
No. Breath of the Wild taught me how to climb mountains.
That's pretty good too, though.
And taught me how to breathe. It taught me how to breathe.
How do you breathe, Morty?
Taught me how to swim up waterfalls. Taught me how to paraglide off of giant mountains. Taught me how to beat shrines with a magical iPad. So, and now I've got my own magical iPad.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
On that point,
I triggered TJ.
Yeah, you just triggered something for me. Why is it, right, that Link has to have an iPad?
It's supposed to resemble the Switch or the gamepad.
As he's pulling out his Switch.
Oh, I'm showing them the Switch like over the sound. Yeah.
Of course.
The Nintendo Switch.
You guys can't see it, but the Switch. It looks. Can I hold it for a second?
You can, but be careful.
I will be very careful. Oh jeez. No,
oh no, it's broken.
It's broken, Morty. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
Yeah, that feels pretty good.
It's nice.
So like. Sorry, if you guys can hear that, that's my dog barking like an idiot. I don't know what her problem is.
She's a dog. She doesn't have a problem. She just barks.
That's pretty cool. That feels really good.
Yeah, watch this, though. It's even cooler. Just go like...
Here we go. Oh, jeez, Morty.
Dismantle it, and now it's just a little TV iPad thing.
So now what's with this? So what do you do with these little guys?
They're Joy-Cons.
So you can just play it like this?
What do you do with these little guys?
You can just play it like this.
Yeah, you can just hold it like that if you want. I have like a stand for them that it's like a controller stand, so you can just slide them onto the controller.
Like this, and
yeah, you can just hold it like that if you want.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then like if you're playing like Mario Kart, like
hold it like this.
Me and you would have like this, and then these would be all your buttons for like ignition, and like it's kind of weird, but yeah, like
it is weird, but
you can buy like extras of these and just like charge them. So like if these ones were, because these ones are on their own battery, right? So they charge off the system. So when I pull them off the system, they have a battery life. But if I keep them on the system, they're just charging off the system.
That's actually pretty cool because, like, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Switch, which if you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you know all about the Switch, but just to do my duty here as someone who doesn't own a Switch, you have the main, like, iPad kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
Which is very sleek and very lightweight.
It's actually the system. That is the system,
this is the actual system.
And then if you want to play it on your TV, you just drop it into its charging dock, and it's connected to the charger and the HDMI cable, so it literally just pops right onto your TV, and then you just slide the Joy-Cons off. Or if you buy the Pro controller for it, you just pick up your Pro controller, which I should, because
that's me.
I need to pick it up because I definitely would like. I hate playing on the TV with just these. It just feels weird. I don't mind playing on this though with the Joy-Cons attached because it's just like playing on the Wii U gamepad, and I'm used to that. I actually haven't really played it on the TV at all.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like, I do love the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
Because it is pretty comfortable, all things considered. And when I'm playing just on the Wii U pad, it's great.
Yeah, and especially like if someone else needs to use the television, it's just like, oh, okay.
That's the thing with Nintendo is like they've really been ahead of the game.
Well,
this
is what you can just tell what they did with this. Like the Switch is their end all be all console. Like they just revolutionized consoles again. Because
it's kind of like it's been quiet. Like people are like, yeah, it's pretty cool, but like
it really
just
hasn't
realize
picked
what
up
they've
enough
done.
yet. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, you can tell it's modeled right after the gamepad. Like, they were going in this direction. They just needed to get here. And the second that they finally got here with this is the end-all, be-all. Like, this is all you need for gaming until we go, like, holographic systems.
Yeah.
Like this is what it is. Like,
it's and just for the rundown, like 5 points on it real quick. It's portable.
Yep.
It's sleek and very attractive.
Yeah.
It's a powerful system. What was the do you know any specs on it? Like as far as
I don't know the specs, but if it can run freaking Skyrim on it on a portable console,
that's amazing.
That's something that Xbox can barely do on its own right now. Well, I shouldn't say it can barely do. The new Xbox can run it very well. Anything well. But yeah, like for the fact that this thing can be portable and run a full Bethesda game, which probably still crashes, shots fired.
Shots fired.
And
a Bethesda game that crashes?
No way.
No
Who
way.
knew? I've never had that problem before. If you never had that problem before, you can go boop yourself. I believe
now
myself.
We're censoring ourselves. Ha
Sensory deprivation, Morty.
Oh, it's all about censoring, Rick.
So yeah, like no, and I mean, and the games that are coming out for it, like I think it's GTA 5 has been rumored to be coming out, and like these games when they start coming out for it, this console it's not just a family console anymore. Like it's finally an all gamer console. Like that's what Nintendo needed to do. Even the Wii U was sort of there. Like it was so close. It just missed its mark because of content. Like that's the only problem I have with the Wii U. And lots of people come up to me and they go, "Oh, the Wii U is bullshit." I'm like, "No, it wasn't.
It really wasn't.
It was actually the correction of the Wii, which is what needed to be done." And the gamepad actually, like, oh man, I loved the gamepad. Like, it's just perfect.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, the thing is too is like I was kind of talking, wanted to make some points on the Switch. Like I haven't even played the Switch, and already, like I said, it's portable, which is great. It's powerful. It's very attractive to look at. It's something that if I was a kid, I'd want to play that. Another point for 4 here. The games that are coming out with it.
Yeah.
I mean, just right off the bat, list all the games you have for it real quick.
Right now I have Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, which are just 2 huge open world games. Like if you have those 2 games, you're set for like months. Like there's so much to do. Like Mario Odyssey is Super Mario 64 done up with all the other Marios that have been like platformers, 3D platformers, and they finally perfected it. They just went, "Okay, we're giving you back Mario 64 with some extra bonuses that are going to be fun." And it's like, at first, sorry, I'm just going to go into Mario Odyssey just a little bit. I'm not going to because I do want to talk about Stardew Valley still, but maybe I can save that.
Worst case scenario, we'll talk about next week.
We'll talk about it on another podcast. So Mario Odyssey, it was the first game I played on the Switch. I've been dying to play it. It came out on my birthday, and I was really sad that I couldn't get it on my birthday. Anyways, I put it in, I was playing it, and right off the bat, I tried all the controls. I did all the jumps, I did everything, and I was like, is this Mario 64? Yes. They put the backflip back in for Mario doing it, and the triple jump where he goes, wah, hoo-hoo, wah, and he does his flip. I was on board. He does the long jump. He can do the side spin jump. I was just like, oh, man, they did it. They finally did it. And then I got the hat, and I was kind of like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to feel about the hat. So I started using the hat. I'm like, actually, this isn't bad. This doesn't actually take away from the old controls. It still feels like Mario 64. And then I took over something with the hat, and Mario transforms like into that thing. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. It actually makes the game so much more fun.
It adds a whole other dynamic to it.
Like the boss battles. You have to take over like these creatures in the level to fight the bosses. They're amazing. I can't even describe it. Like these boss battles make you feel like you're playing 64 again. Like,
but like it's not like a nostalgia trip where you're just like.
It's not like they are like, okay, here you go, Mario 64 again. No, it's like it's a completely new game, but it makes you feel like the boss battles are so intense. Like there's just one boss battle. I'll just say right off the bat. It's on this tropical island level. You go to this tropical level, and it's called Super Mario Odyssey because you're on a ship that is called the Odyssey.
Okay.
So you're traveling. You're trying to save Princess.
I didn't know this.
You're trying to save Princess Peach. Sorry, spoiler alert. By the way, trying to save Princess Peach from Bowser. Shock, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
But Bowser's trying to marry her, so he's going to all these different areas, like all these different kingdoms, to get different items to make the perfect wedding. And you are following him trying to get Peach. Meanwhile, you're collecting these things called power moons. Finally, you're not collecting stars anymore.
Thank God. But now it's moons. Oh, what a switch.
Well, the moons,
anyway.
the moons are fun. Like it's fun when you get one because it just goes din 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 din. Like, but it's like it's the same. Super Mario 64. Like I'll show it to you today before I leave. Like I'll give you a little taste of what it is. And so you go to this level, and right away Bowser's already been there, and you can already tell he's been there. So you're chasing Bowser, and your hat's like, oh, okay, let's get this place fixed up. Right. Every time you go to a kingdom, Bowser's fucked it up in some way, so you got to fix it. You and your hat have to fix it. So I start going, and all of a sudden you notice there's this giant octopus sitting in the middle of the map, and he's just this grumpy fucker. He's just like, I'm up here, I rule the sparkling water and everything, and then so Mario starts going around and like popping all these corks off to release the water, and all the corks end up hitting him on the head. So finally you release the fourth cork, and it goes pew, and a cutscene happens, and it goes up, and this guy's sitting there, and all of a sudden he looks up, and he's just like this, and all of a sudden the cork hits him in the face, and he gets knocked off, and the second he gets knocked off, it just cuts right into the battle sequence, and you're just like, this is awesome. And I knew right away what I had to do because, like there's always a creature you can take over in every level that has a specific goal, like set, right? So like in one level you have to take over like these little lava things. They pop out of the lava. You throw your hat and you become this lava bubble thing. And then there's a level where you have to become, it's another one that you do. Tank. You got to take over like these little tanks in the level so you can become a tank. And there's just fun little things you can take over, right? But just by throwing your hat on it, and it just it transfers Mario's body into this thing, right?
Now he's a tank or he's a bubble or whatever.
Yeah, or a bullet bill or a Goomba or a Koopa.
I wish
or
I
a
could be
Hammer
a Goomba.
Bro.
That'd be sick.
The Goomba's fun because then you can just jump on other Goombas and stack yourself up higher and higher until you're like 10 Goombas walking around. Anyways, yeah. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So anyway, so in this level, there's these little squid things. They're in like bubbles. And they use water to propel themselves around. So you take over, and you basically can just like fly around as this squid thing. Like you can fly up in the air and just propel yourself. And that's how you beat them. You take over this thing, and this octopus has like a lava head. Like he's got a head of lava. And you're floating around, but the boss battle was just awesome. And I was like, it was at that moment where I'm like, holy jumping. Like it's not too difficult, but it makes you think. Like if you're not a gamer and you're going into this, you're not going to go, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to take over this guy. It took me a second to go, hold on, how am I actually going to beat this guy? And then I looked over, and one of those squid things is shooting at me, and I go, fuck you, you're mine. Throw my hat at him, take over him, and then I go fight this thing. And I was like, this is amazing. And then I did it again. Right after that level, there was another one where you have to fight this giant bird. It's just this like creepy-ass bird, right? And you fight this bird, but you're a little lava bubble. And the only way to beat it is you have to travel.
Lava bubble versus bird.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And I'm like, they just come up with these amazing boss fights for this game, and I was impressed, like 100%. And there's like, I'm just gonna say this is my favorite boss interaction so far. So there's one part where you catch up to Bowser, and it's like the midway game.
Yeah.
And you got to fight Bowser on like a cloud, basically. Like you're in the clouds, right? And so Bowser comes out and the music is like dun 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 dun. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is amazing. And it's just, but it felt Bowser, right? But Bowser's just an asshole. He's a literal asshole because his moves are just like, he's jumping up, he's butt slamming the ground, sending shockwaves out. He'll run up to you, breathe fire at you, or he's throwing spike balls at you, and you're trying to just like, and then he's got a hat as well, and his hat's just like, he throws his hat at you, and then you can knock his hat with your hat, and you put his hat on, and he's like, ah, and then his hat's got giant boxing gloves on it, and you got to run up and punch him, right? So I do it, so, and you follow the rule of 3. You hit him 3 times, boss is gone. They follow it. Anyway, so I do this. I hit him the first time. I got him. Second time, got him. I'm down to like 1 heart though, and I'm trying to figure. And the third time, I go up to him and I'm like, smack, 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 and he just keeps blocking, and all of a sudden he turns around and whaps me with his tail, and I die. And I'm like, okay, so he changed it up. What an asshole. So I'm trying to figure it out. So I go back again. Same scenario. Go back down to 1 heart. But now I'm dodging all his attacks. Whenever I go up to him, I'm trying to figure it out. Finally, I just get pissed off. I'm like, why are you blocking all my attacks? So I go up to him. Bam, 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 bam. And then he turns around, tries to whack me with his tail. I jump up, dodge his tail. He goes off balance. I'm like, that's it. That's the key. And I punch him again, and it just knocks him right out. And it was like K. Rool, where it goes boom, and he just
he goes boom.
And I was like, this is my favorite boss fight I have ever done in a game in the longest time. And it was just because it made me work at it. And I'm like, I have never had a boss fight in a long time that I have to work at.
And that's what makes a good boss fight.
Yeah.
Where you have to work at it, but it's not like overly difficult.
It's not like to the point where you're like, oh, fuck this game. Yeah. It was just like, okay, how do I do this? And like, it made me think, and I was like, it gave me this rush.
Interactive, and you think.
And I can't even describe it. It was just like, yes. And like, I soared through the game. Like I haven't beaten it. Like I'm near the end now where I'm going to go fight Bowser, but just the boss fights in this game, man. They just like, and the whole mechanics of it, like getting the moons, when you grab the moon, it's like, like same style. And he's not like, here we go, like that anymore. They've changed Mario too much to make
him. I was like, let us go.
No, he's like, shoe and shoelace. No.
Why was my Mario Russian?
Yeah, I know.
Shoe and shoelace. One is meaningless without
Mario
the
and
other.
Luigi, superstars. No, yeah, so like that's changed. The hat's great, and like they have little sound effects in it too, like almost like doing it like some sort of voiceover, but I think it's like Japanese, but they didn't do it for the English, which is fine because the subtitles are there, and they didn't want to ruin that. But like Bowser's just like, oh, ha, ha, and everything like that, and Peach is like, Mario, and Mario's like, why am I even saving you, bitch? Like, you always get kidnapped by Bowser. Bowser always wants to like marry you and do stuff to you. It's just weird. Like,
you best just let him.
Maybe just like, but yeah, like you honestly just like when you finally get connected with that hat, like you personally as a player are finally bonding with the hat as a character, that game just changes, because that hat is like the best feature they could have added into the game. And I was like so skeptical about it at first. I was like, I don't know, because that's how the game literally starts off with like Mario trying to fight Bowser, and Bowser just goes, see you later, and and his hat gets torn up into shreds, right? And so as he's falling, this little ghost comes out. It looks like a top hat. And that's your hat spirit. That's what it is. And he picks up the piece of Mario's hat that's got the M on it. And he goes down. And so Mario starts off the game without a hat. And then all of a sudden this hat ghost comes over to him and he goes, hey, let's go. And so he drops on Mario's head. And he's a top hat, right? Like the ghost looks like a top hat. He goes, what? Not your style? Okay, let's try this. And then the hat just goes, pshoom, and it turns into his hat. And then Mario's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is awesome. And that's not the only thing about the game. You can change Mario's outfit throughout the game.
Really?
You don't just have to stay in his blue overalls. And so I got to one area in the game where they come out with Mario's new cap. That's what it's called, the new Mario cap. And it's like a baseball cap. And I was like, this is actually kind of cool. So I put that one on, and that's the one I'm wearing now. And it's amazing. Like, it's just fun to have the hat. And the hat becomes whatever. Like, you can get the cowboy hat. You can get the Mexican sombrero. I say Mexican because it's definitely Mexican. And
it's a Mexican sombrero, not like a...
But yeah, and it's just, there's so much fun in the game. Like, coins actually have purpose to buy things now, not just to collect for fun and get power stars. Everything has like a purpose. Like, they've opened it all up for it. And I've even been told once you beat the initial storyline, there's still tons of more worlds to explore with tons of more power moons. There's like over 900 moons to collect. And
holy crap.
So, like, remember how in Mario 64 where it was just like 120 stars? Yeah, 900 power moons. And half of them are like hidden in the level. Like, I don't even know what they are half the time. Like, I've got one level where I've almost gotten every star or moon, and that's because I didn't realize I could have left the level. I thought you had to stay there until you found the way out, and then the hat was finally, like, nice enough to come up on the screen and go, we should probably move on to the next area. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, go back to the ship, and we can go to the next area. I was like, you're telling me we could have moved on 3 hours ago? Okay.
Thanks,
hat. I hate you. No,
I hate you, hat.
I love the hat. I hate you, stupid hat. I hate you, bees. I hate you, bees. I hate you, bees. Stop it, Peter. Stop it.
Bring him back to the hive, Quagmire. That was a horrible Cleveland.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Cleveland Brown?
No,
it's
not Cleveland Brown. Yeah, that's Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey sounds pretty cool.
It is. It's awesome. I'll show you it before I leave today.
Sweet. But it's interesting because we set out today to talk about something very specific, and we haven't got to it today. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Because we've covered a lot of other ground.
So I think we can call this episode Breath of the Odyssey, Mario Zelda Edition.
And Switch.
Breath. Side Switch. Featuring
Breath,
Rick and Morty.
Switch Odyssey.
Breath, Switch, Odyssey, Morty.
Breath, Switch, Odyssey, Sanchez. No. Morty. Breath of the Odyssey.
Morty. Switch. Rick?
Wait,
where are you?
Wait.
Is this a camera? Is everything a camera? Morty. Come into the garage, Morty. Okay, where are you, Rick? Are you invisible or something? You're gonna fire me? On the table, Morty. Flip the pickle over. Is this gonna be an alien dick or something? Just flip the pickle over. I promise you, it's got a huge payoff.
It's a huge payoff, Morty.
I turned myself into a pickle. I'm Pickle Rick. Oh, why would you do that? Why would anyone do that? Because I can and no one else can. So that's why I did it. Sorry.
Morty.
I just like that opening. It's like my favorite opening.
It's the best opening in a TV
Pickle
show.
Rick.
Speaking of Pickle Ricks, I think it is now time for one of our favorite segments here on Two Guys in a Game, the Shoutouts.
Shoutouts initiating.
Shoutouts initiating. No, anyway. So, this week here on Two Guys in a Game, there's a couple shoutouts I would like to personally give. One of which is to our good friend Josh over at Still Loading Podcast. He's killing it. He's had a lot of really great content lately, and recently he actually just got up on Spotify.
Oh, lucky.
So that's really cool. I'm really excited for him. I would also like to give a shout out to the Drinks with Larry crew for always constantly interacting with us and giving us some good shout outs. They most recently just did a podcast as we record this, kind of like a holiday special with them and then a couple other people as well. It was really great.
Oh, okay.
Minister Larry, that's all I have to say. But they gave us a nice shout out on there again, so really appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. I also would like to give a shout out to our friend and producer of this podcast. We're gonna get flagged. You can't sing that song anymore. We're gonna get flagged.
I'm not singing any specific songs. If you say flag, that's why we get flagged. You should just say, Zach, we're going to get tagged. Like, tag, you're it.
Like, tag.
We're going to get tagged in that post. And then I'll be like, oh, shoot. And plus, you don't know what I was singing. I was singing a remix. Nintendo doesn't own remixes.
Remix.
I thought you told me I didn't get flagged for any of the Wii stuff, though. I thought it was just the Star Wars.
No, it's just the Star Wars.
So there you go. Nintendo should be like happy we're promoting their shit for them. Nintendo, give me free stuff, and we can all play Nintendo games. What? It's from Rick and Morty.
I know.
He runs in there. Guys, Target has Nintendo DS systems on sale. They're all limited edition Zelda ones. So I figure if every time you buy one, you get a $60 gift card. That brings the total value down of each one to $60. If we all buy them, then we can all keep them for ourselves and then resell them at full price, and we can all play Nintendo games. Nintendo, give me free stuff.
I will have a Switch.
Nintendo, give me free stuff.
Free stuff.
Anyways, yeah. Shout out to BoyStick, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not that he deserves one.
BoyStick. Yeah, he's alright.
He's a turd. Calling him out.
You're
and shouting him
sandwich, boy. But no, but seriously, the shout out I was going to give before to our good friend and producer, Mr. Brandon Brown, for
yeah,
his
yeah.
brand new show, Radio A.
Very proud of TJ for waking up today and getting out of bed.
I am too. I'm really
It's
tired.
tough for him nowadays because he's pregnant. So
Yeah,
he just told me today
I am pregnant.
he's pregnant with triplets.
Yeah, it's quadruplets.
Are you naming one of them Zach
Yeah.
or Caz?
I'm naming it Caz. I'm gonna name it Caz.
I know we're still doing shoutouts and I'm interrupting, but I want to make a reference, just a quick Stardew Valley. I'm not going to get into it, but I named my farm Kazland Farm.
Nice.
Like I was going to make it Kazland, but then I was like, that just sounds stupid, so I made it Kazland. And then my wife the other day, she was talking to me in my game. Sorry, my wife in my game in Stardew Valley. She's just like, I love Kazland Farms. I'm like, me too. It's very Cazador Jonesy.
Very
But if Cazadors come out of my farm, I'm going to get a shotgun. Swear to God. Yeah, so any other shout-outs that we need to do?
No, actually, that was it. That was it. So, shoutouts ended. And I think that's going to do us here today on this episode of Two Guys in a Game. We're excited for the next
Breath of
episode.
the Odyssey Sanchez, Volume 2.
Morty's switched Breath of the Odyssey. Wait.
Rick's Breath of the Odyssey.
Rick's Odyssey of switched breath.
Rick's Odyssey and Morty's Breath of the Wild. Or no, Rick's Breath of the Wild and Morty's Odyssey. Morty's Mind Blowers. We're doing this episode instead of talking about what games we want.
It's just what's happened here. Yeah, these things happen here on Two Guys in a Game, and that's cool because next week we will talk about that, as I still think it's an interesting topic. So I've been Hodder.
And I've been Rick, Pickle Rick. Is that okay?
And Caz?
Sure.
Are you Caz too?
Cucumber Caz! I
Cucumber.
turned myself into a cucumber!
What would I be? Your cucumber Gabs? I'd be like Hot Dog Hodder. Or
Turn myself into a hot dog, Morty! Why would you do that? Why would anyone turn themselves into a hot dog?
Because I can, Morty.
Like a pickle I get, or a cucumber, because they're kind of healthy.
What's an H?
Do they live longer? Do pickles fly or something? No, Morty. I'm a pickle. Pickles don't really do much. What? I don't get it. Do you live longer? No, you're overthinking it, Morty. Yeah.
You're overthinking the pickle, Morty. Is this just to get out of family therapy? Of course not, Morty.
Then what's with that syringe up there? Why is it connected to those scissors? One with thread and then a timer that's set for 10 minutes from now when we're supposed to be at therapy. Unrelated coincidence, I guess? Jeez. Well, if it's unrelated, then you won't mind. No, Beth, what are you doing, sweetie? What are you doing there, honey? No. I need that. That's really important. It's for something else. Don't drop that. Izzy, no. I know cats think that cucumbers or pickles can be mistaken for snakes, but no. Oh, God, moisture. Oh, God, dial it back, God. Oh, perpendicular. Okay, I'm done. enough Pickle Rick episode. I could probably quote the whole episode.
You probably could do the entire thing. And
He's
that's
taunting us. He took the bottle out of the garbage and put it in the recycling. He's like shaking the glass bottle around the camera and he just throws it in the recycling. He's half pickle, half rat. We don't know what he is.
All right, guys, I've been Hodder.
I've been Caz.
And we'll talk to you on the next episode of Two Guys in a Game.